Good morning, children. I, Mrs. Rekha Shukla, will be teaching you moral science, and we shall be studying the first chapter of moral science, that is reverence towards God. Reverence means admiration, deep wonder, and a deep sense of respect for God. We love God as perfect goodness, His infinite power and greatness. The teaching of reverence should be an essential part of every child's education, and this can be done by means of stories and great deeds. In this chapter, Reverence Towards God, we shall first see the introduction, a poem, then a short story of selfish devotees, then will be the conclusion stating the selfish devotees who pleased God, and when God answered their prayers, they forgot Him. Then quotations, and then we shall solve the question answers and also the exercises. Reverence means to show deep respect for God. The whole universe is God's abode. Abode, that is God's dwelling place, that is where He resides. It is charged with His power and splendor. Nature is also a creation of God. It is full of beauty and serenity. Now, serenity means peacefulness and calmness. It reflects His glory. God's footprints are scattered all over nature. The hands of the divine can be felt in everything around us, and He is present in everything that He has created. We need to adore the Almighty, the fountain of all goodness. No human being or the great discoveries of science can prove the existence of God. Yet, God is a reality. We enjoy the beauty and smell of rose, but cannot see its scent. God is present in all His creations. The whole universe proclaims the greatness of God. God is everywhere. He is seen in His great works. Right from your childhood, you have been brought up in this awareness of God. So, it is easy for you to believe in Him and get His blessings. One who does not believe in God, perhaps because he wasn't taught about it as a child, just because he denies God, can his existence be nullified? Not at all. If one closes his eye, does it become night? Think of it this way. You may not have shown interest in numbers or maths in your childhood. However, the day when you learned maths, everything made sense. You realized how important maths is as it is spread all over the place. Okay, let us recite the poem which expresses that God is everything and He is the only one who can help us. Therefore, we should be truly devoted towards Him. Now, let us recite the poem. There's a presence of God in everything. We don't really know when and where that moment shall come or in which form He may appear. Therefore, speak not in vain, cause no one pain. Happiness you can, give a helping hand, and when you find friend or foe, smile. For who knows you may heal or mend a broken heart and make your foe a friend. Now this poem tells us, the poem which we have recited very well explains that God is present everywhere and we do not know when and where He will appear. So we should use our words wisely so that we would not harm anyone. And it also reminds us to be helpful, kind, gentle, be grateful and make everyone happy all around us. At the same time, we should also forgive our enemy and also make them our friend. Now let us go through a short story showing the selfish behavior of human being. Once upon a time, the residents of a small village were affected by famine. The villagers were already poor and had a tough, hard life owing to famine. They had to battle with starvation and various diseases. The village priest was a 70 years old man who was a great devotee of God. He noticed that more and more villagers started coming to the temple. As time passed, they even started coming twice and thrice a day. Moreover, they even gathered to perform rituals. All through the day, the temple remained full of devotees. The priest used to help the villagers in performing the rituals. However, with the passage of time, he noticed that nothing good was happening. In fact, the situation was turning from bad to worse. The priest could no longer bear to see the pain of the villagers. He wondered, why was God not answering the prayers of the villagers? One day he intensely prayed to God, "Dear God, why are you not blessing these devoted villagers? Till now in my life I never demanded anything from you. But today I pray to you to bless these poor villagers and make them happy." That night God appeared in the priest's dream and said, "You are my true devotee, but these villagers are not. They can fool you, but not me. You have called for my help, so I am here to help you. What you want will happen very soon." In the morning, when the priest woke up, he saw that it was raining heavily. Within a few days, the crop started growing amazingly fast and soon the farmers became rich and happy. The priest also became happy and thanked God. However, one thing troubled his mind. He was unable to understand why did God not consider the villagers as his true devotee. As time passed, the priest noticed that less and less people came to the temple. A few days later, a day came when not a single villager visited the temple. The priest was astonished. He went to the villagers and told them to visit the temple, but he realized that nobody was interested and they all made lame excuses. The priest understood that when trouble came, the villagers came towards God. However, when God saved them and made them happy again, they just forgot God. This made him realize the reason why God did not consider them as his true devotees. Now, presently we are also facing the same situation. We need to ponder over ourselves. The conclusion of this story is that God is present everywhere. He seeks true devotion from us. Therefore, we have to show complete faith in God. Show your reverence towards Him by way of prayer. Surrender yourself at His feet. In the above story, we have seen that how the villagers remembered God in their time of need. They started worshipping the God day and night, and when God answered their prayers, they forgot about Him. In real life scenario, we also take God for granted. Therefore, we need to analyze ourselves and remember that God is above all. Now, reverence is an emotion that we can nurture in our very young children. Respect is an attitude that we instill in our children as they become school agers. And responsibility is an act that we inspire in our children as they grow through the middle years and become adolescent. Now here are three quotates. The quotate from the Bible, 1 Samuel chapter 12 verse 24. Only fear the Lord and serve Him in truth with all your heart, for consider what great things He has done. The quotate from the Quran, rely upon the exalted in might, the most merciful. The quotate from the Bhagavad Gita, one who always remember God without thinking anything else can easily realize the God. Now we shall go through the question answers. Kindly complete the given question answers in your classwork copy, and you can also write the question answers in your own words. How is the universe charged? The universe is God's abode. It is charged with His power and splendor. What is full of beauty and serenity? Nature is a creation of God. It is full of beauty and serenity. It reflects His glory. Question third. What is the theme of the poem? The theme of the poem is that we should be truly devoted towards God. True devotion without selfishness is what God looks for. Question 4. When the famine struck, what was the villagers' approach towards God? Answer. In the village, more and more villagers started going to the temple. As time passed, they even started going twice and thrice a day. Moreover, they even gathered to perform rituals. All through the day, the temple remained full of devotees. Question 5. What did the priest understand and realize? The priest Answer. The priest understood that when trouble came, the villagers came towards God. However, when God saved them and made them happy again, they just forgot God. This made him realize the reason why God did not consider them as His true devotees. Now, let us see the fill in the blanks. Choose the words from the brackets. First one, the whole universe is God's abode. Second one, nature is also a creation of God. Third, God's footprints are scattered all over nature. Fourth, God is the fountain of all goodness. Fifth, God is a reality. Now question C, opinion giving activity. In your opinion, whom does God bless? Now this you have to consider yourself. First one, a person who is devoted towards Him and is content with what he has. The second one, a person who every now and then demands for some or the other thing from God. Now D1, following are some words. Find the antonyms in the given grid. Now first is believe, disbelieve. Second, love, hate. Third, honesty, dishonesty. Fourth, humility, proud. Fifth, happy, sad. Sixth, able, disable. Brave, coward. And eighth, kindness, cruelty. Now this is your own activity. You can write it in your own words. That is making your own prayer activity. Make a prayer of your own. It should show your faith, reverence and devotion towards God. Do not pile up heavy and difficult word. Keep it simple so that you can learn it easily. Thank you, dear children.